Guys, we need to talk about this bag. I am so obsessed. I don't think I have loved a bag this hard in a really long time. If you're new here, my name is Natalie. My channel is all about luxury, vintage, fashion, and styling. So if you're interested in any of those, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. Let's just get right into it. So this is the Bottega Veneta Calimero Città shoulder bag. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. This is the original size. They do now have a smaller size of this bag that is newer, and they also have like a more shoulder bag style. We'll show you both of those on the screen here, but this is the original size. Size-wise, it's actually pretty great. I love this. Now, I have loved this bag style, disclaimer, for I don't know, since it came out. Would it come out probably a year or so ago? And I just think the design is so interesting and beautiful. I love that it's a really puffy, chunky intrecciato. Now, just to compare, this is the normal intrecciato from Bottega Veneta. Now, this is the Calimero, so you can see it's much chunkier and thicker. It has some heft to it. Like, there is a lot of leather used on this bag, which makes sense. The price point on this bag is much higher for the size than something like this, so it does make sense. And just the details close up, you can see how beautiful that chunky braided leather is. It's really kind of smushed together, so you see it creates a lot of like texture and depth to the bag. It has a beautiful woven handle. Now it's rounded and it's all woven together, and it comes down into this huge knot on the side here with the pieces of leather you can see at the ends hanging. This is adjustable, that it does really kind of stay where you put it. I think just the chunkiness of it kind of stays. Now, if it was really like weighed down, I don't know if it would, but that is actually really cool if you wanted to like use it as a handheld bag and then have it hanging like that. Gosh, I think I love it even more now. It's so cool. Now, it comes in a few different colors. This is their burgundy, which I think is a really beautiful color. They offer a lot of bags in this style, and it has a magnetic flap, and if you open it, is just one large. Inside, there is a zip pocket, which is actually on the front. Usually they're on the back of bags, but this one is on the front, as you can see. And it holds a decent amount. I would say it holds like my essentials, so wallet and keys, lip gloss, like my phone, and it would fit sunglasses if they're in like a smaller case as well. So if it's like the daily essentials, it's not going to be like a tote bag that carries your whole life in it, which I feel like we're getting very used to kind of carrying now. So these almost feel like smaller bags comparatively, but it is beautiful. It fits really nicely on the shoulder. Even if you had a coat, it still would fit nicely. And I like that it is a pretty slim line, so it doesn't feel like my arm is hanging out the side too much. Now, like I said, it is heavy, but it's not like, oh, it's hurting my shoulder, because it is like a smaller bag still. But it definitely has some like heft to it, which I appreciate. I think that with the craftsmanship of this bag, it makes sense. And again, like I said, the price point is pricey on it. So, I mean, over $5,000 in tax. It's a very expensive bag. We're really not seeing it yet too much on the pre-loved market. Will I think the prices come down on it eventually on the pre-loved market? Yeah, I think they probably will a bit. However, I think it's a bag that is not seen that much, and I think it really has kind of some staying power. It's really interesting. Now, the only thing I will say is that they are getting a new creative director at Bottega. So I'm interested to see how many of the older bag styles, current bag styles, will continue on, because I do think that that has a lot to do with the resale prices of bags. If this is still a current made bag like it is now, usually prices stay higher. And as they kind of get faded out and there's a new hot bag, then the prices tend to come down. Spending that much on a bag, I typically go for more like investment bags, or like really special vintage bags. You know, that's gonna be more than that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, will I think this be a good investment long term? Now, I think quality wise, yeah, for sure. Like, for example, I have a vintage Bottega bag that literally I still love and use, and I think they are definitely beautiful quality. Bottega is one of my favorites in terms of quality of the handbags. Now, is this a trendier style? Yeah, I guess it is. although I don't feel like it's oversaturated, which I think helps a bag stay more relevant for longer. And also, personally, I don't follow like the what's in or what's out, but I do get sick of seeing the same bags everywhere, and I don't feel like I have that feeling with this bag as compared to like the Hop bag or the Jody bags of Bottega, or even the Andiamo. It's kind of everywhere, which I still actually really like that bag, but I do think that this one's a little bit more rare. I really love it. I also kind of told myself this year I'd like to be like, when I'm buying a bag, make sure I am like getting some out of my closet as well. I don't like to feel like I'm just hoarding bags and constantly getting more and more. I'd like to sell some just to kind of balance it out a bit. Let me know if you guys have opinions on this bag. I would love to know down in the comments below. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet today. This is the bag. And like I said, I would love your guys' opinions on it. If you have any additional questions for me about this bag, you can leave it down in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. I will link another video that is similar for you guys. If you want to see my full Bottega collection, I have that as well. If you want to hear me talk more about bag trends specifically, I wrote an article recently on my Substack about the bag trends and how they translate to buying vintage and pre-loved bags right now in the market, and I did some shopping for you guys. I will link that down in the description box below. Just hit the more and it'll expand. You can find all of my links there. You can find my promo codes and everything as well too. And until next time, take care. Bye.